Hi, BC family. Welcome to your midweek devotion. This week, I wanted to talk to you about true rest. I heard this little blip podcast, and it just really sat with me in such a way that I wanted to share it with you guys. So I'm going to start in Matthew 11:28 through 30, New King James. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you and learn from me, for I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. For my yoke is easy and my burden is light. Love that verse that Jesus wrote. And I've read this verse so many times throughout the years, and I always think, oh yeah, I'm going to take his yoke upon me, and it's, life's going to be so much better. But I saw this in a different light recently. So after Jesus says this in Matthew 11, we move on now to Matthew 12. Let's see what he does very next. So he just got done talking about rest and come to him and let's have rest. And at that time, Jesus went through the grain fields on the Sabbath. Now the Sabbath, way back then in Jewish culture, is the day of rest. It's a restful day. And his disciples were hungry and began to pluck heads of grain and to eat. And when the Pharisees saw it, they said to him, "Look, your disciples are doing what is not lawful to do on the Sabbath." Because on the Sabbath, it's a day of rest. You're not supposed to be working or doing any type of labor. So right after Jesus got done saying, "Come to me and I'm going to give you rest," and he talked about rest, he went on to then break the Sabbath or break the day of rest by doing work. And then after he does that, he does something else. So it goes on in still Matthew 12. Now when he had departed from there, he went into their synagogue, and behold, there was a man who had a withered hand. And they asked him, saying, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" That they may accuse him. So again, they're waiting to see, okay, Jesus just broke the day of rest a second ago. Is he going to do it again? And sure enough, Jesus had a lot of great things to say to them. And then he healed the man, which was breaking the Sabbath. He went on and healed him. Now, I want you to see that there is a connection here with true rest. Everything that he said in Matthew 11, and then him purposely now breaking the Sabbath, breaking the day of rest, there's a connection to this. So Jesus said, "Come to me, all you who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest." And then he went on to break the day of rest. There's something important to that. So first, when we think of rest, a lot of times we think mental health day. We think vacation, a day to step away from all the crazy. I talk with friends all the time. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I just need a day of rest, a day where I just have nothing to do. And that is all good and important, but that is not the point of Matthew 11. That is not the kind of rest he's talking about. So Holly Furtick said it best. She said, Jesus came to redefine the Sabbath. That's what's happening here between Matthew 11 and 12. The Pharisees were so stuck on the Sabbath, on the day of rest, but Jesus came to redefine the Sabbath. He came and had this play out because he's redefining what rest is. Now, again, taking vacations, having mental health days, those are all very important and very good. But let's look at the type of rest he's talking about. I was listening to Holly Furtick, and she said this so well. She said, Jesus was telling us there is rest in the work. There is rest in the everyday to day busy life. So let's see this. So again, Matthew 11, "Take my yoke upon you and learn from me." Now, a yoke is a tool where you hook up around the neck 2 oxen or 2 mule, and then they do the work together. They plow a field together. They pull things together. So Jesus is saying here, team up with me. Let's do the work together. And with me, it'll be easy and light. You can have peace and you can have joy. That's what he's saying in these verses. You're still working. You're still going through the hard. You still have to plow the field or haul the stuff. But when you team up with him, when you're yoked with him, oh, he's going to give you rest in this work. It is going to be so joy-filled and so peace-filled despite what you're having to do. Are you seeing it in a different light now? "Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest." This is a rest that is unimaginable, a rest that is unfathomable, a rest that doesn't come from a vacation or a day off, but a rest in the midst of the hard. That's Psalms 23, right? I set a table before you in the presence of your enemy. It's the same concept here, only he's talking about it with a yoke. Come to me. Stop laboring on your own. Come to me. Link up with me. Do life with me, and I'm going to give you rest. I will give you rest in the work, in the busy, in the hard. It's a rest that can happen moment by moment because you are what? Yoked, teamed up with Jesus. So this week, I want to encourage you to link up, team up with Jesus. Come to him. If you're stressed out, worried, frustrated, burdened, weighed down, then that should tell you, I'm not linked up with him. I'm not teamed up with Jesus. I'm trying to plow through life on my own. And Jesus is saying, seek me first. Sit with me. Spend time with me. Let's live life with me moment by moment. I'm going to be there. I'm going to have the peace. I'm going to have the joy. I'm going to give you the wisdom. I'm going to tell you what to do. Link up with me. Come to me, all you who labor and are heavy laden, and I will give you rest. Are you hearing it a little differently now? Take my yoke upon you and learn from me. We're teamed up with Jesus, and he's going to show us how to go about the hard, peace-filled and joy-filled, with answers, with favor. For I am gentle and lowly in heart, and you will find rest for your souls. Why? For my yoke is easy, and my burden is light. When we team up with Jesus, we don't keep the weight of everything in our carriage or our wagon. We don't have all that weight sitting on our neck. Why? Because we're supposed to cast the care of it on him. We're supposed to take our weight and throw it over on him. So we're yoked with him, but he's carrying the weight. He's carrying the pressures. He's carrying the heavy load. We're walking without the weight on us. Isn't that so great? Can you just picture it? Can you picture a wagon where everything is on one side? And while you are yoked, you're pulling and you're walking through, but it's easy and it's light and it's peace-filled and it's joy-filled. Why? Because all the weight's on the other side. That's what happens when we team up, yoke up with Jesus. Our burden is light. It's easy. So this week, I want this to be an encouragement to you, a remembrance to you. Remember this encouragement this week, and I would love for you to have a great week of rest. Bye.